And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before I even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mhm.
Rachel,
Yes,
would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone,
Mhm.
and we couldn't do without you. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Rachel,
Dees.
you like cooking, right?
I wouldn't say that.
You like cooking?
I,
What would you say if you
I,
wouldn't say that? What would you say?
I, I try to cook, but I will admit that I get like frustrated and impatient.
Impatience, the one I would call for you. I've noticed a
And
little impatience.
I,
She thinks if you turn up the burner real hot, you can get it done half the time.
I would like to be better at cooking. So I do try. I do have like a few things that I'm fairly competent at cooking.
Yeah.
But
What are they? I'm curious.
my
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just
Yes.
asking the question. Your
Okay.
reaction is that's
because
your
they're
own.
like they're really basic stuff.
There's something
but-
wrong with basics are what you build off of, right?
Okay. All right. Well, the other night I made this like pearl couscous and chickpea kind of dish that has fresh spinach and stuff in it. And it was really
Yeah,
good.
that sounds great. That doesn't sound basic.
I make hamburger rice pretty often,
Hamburger rice is another story.
which is vegetarian rice or vegetarian hamburger. Sorry,
Vegetarian rice. Wow.
vegetarian hamburger with it's basically like just do-it-yourself hamburger helper rice.
Yeah. So it's
So-
just rice and hamburger.
And frozen veggies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got to come up with a better name for it than that. I think hamburger rice really does it a disservice. What else you got? Give me one more.
I'm pretty good at frying an egg now, but I don't think
Wow.
that you count that as a
I
meal.
remember the first egg you sent me. I was like, that shit is orange. Like you burnt that shit to Dorito status. I was shocked. But now, yeah, I will admit, the last few, and by the way, we've gone through multiple photos of
We've
eggs.
gone through a lot of eggs.
A
Yeah.
lot of photos of eggs.
Yeah.
But now
Financially crippling me at this
yeah.
point.
She had to take out a small home loan. No, I think I think the egg definitely looks way better now than it did before.
Thank you.
And I'm not certain which of the things that we talked about
Mhm.
you ended up doing to get there, but they look way better.
Thank you.
Because before they looked like a fucking skin graft. It looked rough.
I make a vegan potato soup that I think is pretty good.
It has no cheese in it.
There's no cheese in it, no.
So I don't know what the hell you're cooking.
And I've made baked penne a few times. It's been pretty good,
Yeah.
although it's again very basic.
It is good though.
Yeah.
Baked penne is good.
What about you?
I'm trying to think. I don't really do anything too advanced,
Mm-hmm.
but I really like pan-seared chicken, simple pan-seared chicken. If you get a good kind of crust on it, it almost doesn't need to be seasoned. That's how good it is. I mean, just
Wow.
salt
Mhm.
on a pan-seared piece of chicken. If you cut it right, it's got the right kind of cook on it.
Mhm.
I was actually surprised because I always season everything pretty well, I think. And
Yeah.
then I was just following like a chef tutorial guide, and they were like, just salt, pan. And I'm like, okay. He's French, so he's authoritative, right?
Uh-huh.
So I do it, and then when I take it off, it looks so good, right? And I just cut a little piece off to test it. I was like, holy shit. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but I don't think people cook things well generally. I think the things that we're used to eating are generally not
Yeah.
prepared by professionals. They're
Yeah.
oftentimes prepared by, high school students
Yes.
that
Yeah.
are, so I don't know. I think that's very good. I have that maybe like once every 2 weeks, just because I'm still blown away by how it tastes. I do like making manicotti. And stuffed shells, but manicotti in particular, I really like the texture. It's like with ricotta, parmesan, mozzarella, asiago, and spinach, and then like kind of minced garlic and stuff like that. I like schnitzel. I love frying schnitzels.
Yeah, those look really good when you send me photos.
They're so good. The problem is that they are so good, and so you just want to eat them nonstop, and then you'll die because they're not good for you, but they taste great. I'm trying to think about something that's complicated. I don't think I'd really cook anything too complicated. I love the fucking braised beef ribs.
Oh, yeah.
The spare ribs. They are incredible, and like over a potato puree with like red wine reduction. Incredible. But that's not really hard. You just kind of sear it, and then you let it sit and cook in juice for like a long time, and then it's done. That new thing I did the other day, that kind of, I don't even know what it is. It's like a manufactured recipe where like I built a marinade and then butterflied this chicken to get it kind of thin so there'd be more surface, and then seared it in a pan with this marinade of like cumin, paprika, garlic, salt and pepper, and lime juice, olive oil.
Ooh.
Right, and then I pan sear the outside like on really high heat, and then toss it in the oven for a few minutes to get the internal temperature right. And then when I take it out, I kind of flake it with 2 forks until it's like chipped, almost like pulled pork, but not. And then lime juice over top. That shit is so good. It's hard to explain how good it is. It's like it's difficult to quantify. But it is incredible.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we're done here, I got to go velvet some chicken.
Oh.
And even though I'm thinking about like preparing it for like a couple hours, I was just looking at the clock and I'm like, I could do a quick 3-hour fucking marinade, like just throw it in there, and then I'll just do that other chicken because it's that good. I'm literally, every time I go to cook chicken now, I have to reconsider. I'm like, do I want to do that? Oh, and pickle juice fried chicken is awesome.
Yeah.
Have you had it? No, you don't eat chicken.
No.
Right. Right.
I've heard great things.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
So you take the brine, the pickle juice brine, and you put a little bit of water, and you can put some other type of vegetables in it. I just use the Grillo's pickle brine straight, right? Like the jars. I just pour it in a bag, throw in the chicken, don't add anything else to it. With all the ingredients already still in the brine.
Yeah.
Pour it in, and then just kind of mix it up, get the oxygen out, fold it over, and put it in the fridge. I'll leave it in there for like 3 hours, 3 hours, and then take it out and, flour, buttermilk, breading, like corn flour, and then fry that. Shit.
Sounds good.
It's so good. The fact that you can't eat chicken, that's hard into a lot of my recipes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But let me tell you, I really like cooking. I enjoy it. Like I've been drawing for a long time, and I always really enjoyed drawing. But then there's something about making something using a new skill set that I really enjoy. Like I always wanted to do some blacksmithing. I know that sounds so stupid, so weird.
No, that sounds cool.
I just think about in my head like at least twice a day. What if I was making armor right now? And I'm like, oh boy, that sounds great.
Be pretty cool.
Right? Just take a smoke break while you're heating the metal.
Oh.
And then get out there and just beat the shit out of it with a hammer. Oh. I want to do that really bad. And I don't know, if I would like it enough to go out and, get all the gear I'd need to do it.
Right.
Sure, the neighbors would fucking hate it. But like, I definitely want to try it.
Mhm.
I definitely want to spend like a weekend at a blacksmith's forge
Yeah.
and just fuck around,
Yeah.
and see what, and just, I don't want people to fuck with me. I just want to be able to ask questions
Mhm.
and have them answer it, and then let me fuck around,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And if I'm doing something dangerous, they can come up and be like, hey, don't do it like that.
Yeah. Mhm.
But I think that's, if I get rich,
Mhm.
I'll donate a bunch of money to like to hungry kids and stuff like that. But part of that money is going to me just following up on whatever whim I want.
Right.
I want to go to a fucking foreign nation and be like, hey, show me how to make a katana. Like what? I'm like, I'll pay you 30 grand to show me how to make a katana for the entire weekend.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to take the katana on the plane with me, like in Kill Bill. That's what's happening. He's got his own ticket.
Right.
But that's how I feel about cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could do anything, if you had enough money to do anything that you just wanted, like, is there anything like you want to do? Not like go to a fucking theme park or, buy a real fancy house or anything. Just something like an activity.
Yeah, actually, I've looked at it before, because there's a few in the area, but I haven't done it because of like time, distance, and money.
Yeah.
But there's like a couple of groups here in the area, not like in my town, but like a 40-minute drive away or something, where they're like sword fighting groups.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you can like learn sword fighting with different types of swords and stuff like that. And I think that looks so cool and so fun. But
I know a guy who teaches sword fighting.
Oh, really?
I used to work for a guy who was a fencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
I know
cool.
another guy who runs this place called the Aiken Saber Academy.
Uh-huh.
And I did their logo for them and everything. They're very cool people.
Cool.
And they were like traditional like melee fencing people.
Uh-huh.
And then they found that if they switched over to lightsabers, they could get more people interested in the sport.
Oh.
More people wanted to fight with lightsabers than regular kendo weaponry.
Uh-huh.
So they got a bunch of like combat ready lightsabers, and so now they have like huge classes where people come in to play with lightsabers, and they end up learning sword fighting. It's pretty cool.
That is really cool. Yeah.
I thought it was a cool adaptation to like adapt to the culture, and
Yeah. Well, that's very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, you could definitely do that. What are they called? Shit, I'm not familiar enough with this. There's like a four letter name for it. They have HEMA groups. It's called historical European martial arts for that type of sword, and then they have like a kendo style of sword fighting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, HEMAA. Historical European Martial Arts Association, I think.
Oh, okay. That might be one of the ones I looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do fencing and all different styles of sword combat.
Yeah. I just think that would be, I know they do like demonstrations and stuff like that. I think that would just be really cool and fun to like learn how to, fight with a sword.
What kind of sword do you use?
I don't know.
Are you a broadsword person?
I don't think I'm a broadsword person. I know like when I play a character, I like long swords. But maybe I do like short sword and a shield. I don't know. I think it looks really cool and,
a fencing
and fun.
foil kind of.
I don't think a fencing foil.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's too, I guess, ceremonial. Like, I want to like actually do sword fighting. And I feel like a lot of the times when I see the fencing, it's more, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's
okay.
like a real sword fight, but I could be completely wrong.
Get tapped with a cutlass and you tell me what to do.
Well, that's what I would do if I had the time and money. So,
Nice. I'll make the swords, you fight with them.
Deal.
All right. You ready to go to the episode?
I guess so.
Oh, what would you guys do if you had infinite money?
Yeah.
If you could just do any hobby you wanted, what would it be?
Yeah. I would love to
I'm
hear what people
curious.
say about that.
I kind of want to hear it. I don't really care what you say because I know my answer is the best one.
Oh.
But I'll check. I'll read them
Okay.
and I'll check. But
Well,
I'm gonna win.
In the meantime,
Mine'll still be better.
we will go to Return to Ravenloft, Season 3, Episode 36, in relation to the wagon.
I know exactly what that means. And it's so fucking funny. Oh my god. That moment was
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. If I recall correctly, we ended this game. Shit. I had just released Strahd from his coffin.
Correct.
And where you were being looked at by yourself and your sister, mirror sister. And I like at the beginning of this how it was like he was like, I'm right here, and I'm looking at Rachel in the in her camera, and I'm just like, this is I don't think he gets it yet. I don't think he gets it yet. It's him. Yeah. Well,
I'm learning.
Well, the way I figured is that if Strahd wants to be problematic for us, we've killed him once before, and I have a light bow, so I'm pretty certain we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Also, I had turned on the light from the light bow and was standing just outside of the hut, directly to the right. There was a weird body, a figure, a silhouette in the water. So I'm assuming that's someone we have to keep in mind. I want to keep an eye on that D-Walk. Rachel had a much better plan, but I had never been vocalized what it was. So here we are.
Yep. Also, Adri cast Death Word earlier in the day, and it is still up.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Don't all write me, David, like I've just made
I know,
that up.
I remember.
It is in my notes.
I 100% remember.
At the start of my notes, Adri cast Death Word. At the end of my notes, Adri still has Death Word going.
Hey, Rachel, anything in those notes about spiders?
No.
Nope.
But what?
Anything in the notes about healing or
no?
Yeah, okay.
I remember because I asked you what spell slot you sacrificed for it.
Okay, so that's where we were.
We had not rolled initiative yet.
I don't know if
we should. Me and Strahd should have surprise round. I imagine they would not have expected.
Well, I also don't know if D-Walk wants to slightly walk things back to kick it off, or if we're just going right into it with gusto. Find out on this episode.
Freelance heroism, brought to you by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Sometimes you're hungry and your ex-wife won't let you back inside. Not until you learn to calm the fuck down. He's not listening.
No, I'm listening.
No, I'm talking to someone else.
A different he.
Yeah. Would you care?
Sorry, we can clip that out if we really want. If we think it's going to be a problem, we can clip it out.
I don't care.
Rachel's like, I don't care enough to make the edit on that. So fuck it. She didn't even write the time down. She's
If it continues to keep him away, great.
See you at the next breakup, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
The question actually would be more on the surprise round. How does your party react to seeing you walk out with
Oh,
Strahd?
That's surprise.
And depending on how their reaction is, depends on who realizes something's happened behind them.
there's a glowing light that is pretty bright, I would
Mhm.
imagine. So I imagine they would notice.
So if I remember correctly, I was at the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Adri was at the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Relina was under the
Relina
wagon,
was under the wagon, right?
and Nick was in the wagon.
Yes. And then my sister was walking toward the wagon from the pier, and my doppelganger was further out on the pier, closer to that structure where stuff is happening. So
Episode title: In relation to the wagon.
So if there was like a bright light coming from behind all of this, chances are I would see said bright light.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's about 80 feet away. There's almost no way you guys missed what walked out the door.
Yeah. Now, I would venture a guess to say that Rayne seeing Strahd might not be as emotionally provocative, let's say, as it would be for Adri. I mean, I know who Strahd is, right?
But we also have a knowledge of the mirrors. So I think both Kaeviir and Adri are well versed enough to know that a person that we've seen before,
Mhm.
you know, we're experienced enough with the mirrors to know that that means there could be multiple.
Oh no, they knew. I mean, you all knew he was here.
Yeah,
That
we
was the
met
whole
him
point. You
last
guys
time.
came here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
I don't
just-
think I don't think anyone's surprised
Mm-mm.
in our
No. What I'm
Maybe
saying is I don't have. Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe surprised in the sense that last that we heard, he was locked up. Right, last that Adrian Rayne heard, he was locked
Yeah.
up. So,
But I'd like to think you guys trust that when you saw Kaeviir walk out of the building, turn to the right so that the
Trust
light
is a
wouldn't-
strange word with Kaeviir involved.
What?
Trust is a strange word with Kaeviir involved.
Depends which Kaeviir.
Yeah.
And also
Any
the
Kaeviir.
what you need to trust. Do you need to trust that I wouldn't put you guys in a legitimately bad situation? I think you could trust me there. If you think that I'm not going through your things when you're sleeping, that'd be a weird thing to trust. I wouldn't probably do that.
I truly believe that you have already taken a sample of blood and hair from me for reasons that I don't even want to think about.
In the contract, you have to offer blood and hair whenever I ask. So no, we're fine.
Okay. Is it wrong for me to think that that's actually creepier than the thought of you just like collecting it without my knowledge? Like
You
I'm
reading
almost
you reading the contract is so funny to me because you haven't actually. You haven't even made an attempt to see all of the words on it yet.
I wasn't aware that I got a copy of it, to be perfectly honest with you.
You
I
have
figured
full
I
access
just
to it.
I have access
I file
to
one
it,
away
but-
from myself,
Okay.
but you have, you know, you.
But
it's with
I have
you.
to go down to the county office into the basement, and I have to file a request in triplicate in order to get the microfilm so that I can
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Fair enough.
Also, tattoos keep wildly appearing all over your body that have a little script. So over the next like 6 to 8 years.
Yeah, but I'm a pirate. That's actually less concerning to me. I can't tell you the number of times I've woken up with a weird tattoo and not known why. So for all I know, I just got drunk and blacked out again. That's just Tuesday.
It's just tattoos of cat girls screaming at buttholes.
and licking him as he walks by.
That's not.
I was just
There's
thinking that.
going
It's
to
like,
be like months-long separation between
Yeah.
when this originally occurred and what you guys are referencing.
Okay, I'm
the
sorry.
Patreon will
start
come
it.
first, right? The
I just
Patreon will
finished
come
it.
first.
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you who are Patreon subscribers, you already know what we're talking about. You heard it 3 months ago.
Not,
If you don't know what we're
more
talking,
than 3 months. More
6
than
months,
3
9 months, whatever it is,
Okay.
you've already heard it. You know it. If you don't, this is your opportunity to plunk some money down on the Patreon and go back and figure out what the reference is. All right. We're not going to give you any context. We're just talking about cat girls licking shit. And if you want to know what it's for, pony up that $5, damn it. How about that? There's
Hey,
your,
if you do
there's your
20, if you do
advertisement.
20 in the Patreon, I'll go ahead and tell you which file it is.
For 25, Diesel will come to your house and lick you himself.
No. 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 I don't know where they live. You know how much a ticket costs to get from point A to point B? God, we're gonna be losing money.
No. They have to supply their own transportation
Oh,
to
okay.
you.
Oh,
So
okay.
Well then,
And
yeah,
he'll wear
okay.
cat ears
25 is fine.
and plaid narrow pants.
And a Whopper.
sorry, future Rachel.
100%. Sorry, not sorry. Oh,
All right. So, mirror sister, mirror Rayne, big glowy light. Got it. And my attempt at subterfuge was unsuccessful, shall we say.
Yeah.
Do I have time to do something, David? I didn't know if we were rolling initiative or anything like that. So, Adri's plan was to just sort of stand up and kind of like dramatically like take off her big wizard hat and the robe and reveal that she is Adri, and hopefully they will think she's the original Adri from here and tell them to stop. I can
You
do
want to
that?
try?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm pretty sure she doesn't have to roll to take her hood off, right?
no.
That's a lot of forehead.
But
Adri,
It takes 3 rounds.
but a performance or deception if she's trying to pull off the other her
okay.
without the long nails dripping in blood and licking them.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah, well, she wasn't the most hygienic
Well,
of the Adries.
This is Adri pretending to be Adri, who is undercover, so she can't look like Adri.
Just a dude playing a dude undercover as another dude.
Hit me. No, Lord, you're gonna hit me too.
So Adri's gonna stand up, dramatically like take off her wizard hat and kind of look down at Rayne's sister and say, "Stay where you are." And then I'm gonna roll a performance check.
I turn around when she says that to see that she's
19.
Hey.
And that is Tempest.
Black jawed a little bit, and then I turn back around to my evil sister.
I'd like to aid another, but from that distance, I think it would be like, pretend that you're like hunch over a little more. Like, oh.
I rolled a 14 with a +9 in insight.
Oh my god.
That is a 23.
Oh no.
That is higher than 19.
It is.
I just kind of
make sure it's
back
not one of you
around.
guys messaging me. All right.
Do I?
She kind of looks sideways. Brother, we have visitors. And I think we're outnumbered from the light behind us. Rayne turns on the other Rayne, turns slightly, looks back. Oh, by the Oak Father. They let him out. He steps on the deck hard 3 times. Tonnery, get your ass on the surface.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna look at
This is
Rayne. Like, who?
I just kind of look back over and I just kind of shrug a little bit. And then I go, did he say, he let out who I think they let out? Oh, shit.
Hey, can I ready an action during the surprise round?
sure.
All right, pulling the bow back.
All right. Give me rolls on initiative.
Boy.
$17.
Ooh.
Not first.
13.
So I do
Mhm.
act in the surprise round.
Hold on. What was it?
For me, 13.
Okay.
El Crapo.
8.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Rachel's like, no one's gonna take my crown as worst roll.
Oh, shit. I forgot Nick and
Oh yeah.
Elena.
Yeah,
Good
don't.
Lord.
We need all the bodies we can get, please. Thank you.
All right. Me. Yeah. Nick, you're fucking rolling great, dude. 5 for Nick. And
Take that, Rachel.
21 for Elena.
Hey.
So, all right. Hmm. What was the action you readied, Kaeviir?
I want to ready a shot with the bow,
Okay.
and I'm just kind of pointing it down towards like the surface of the water right now, but I can snap it into any direction I need. But I just want to aim it kind of in that. That's where I'm thinking. I saw something under the water. I'm just prepared for it. They're faced off with my squad, right?
What's up?
So just keeping an eye on things sneaking up.
Yeah.
Old professional's trick. If you see a body under the water, you keep an eye on it. They try to see sea turtle stealth up and get you. This sea turtle stealth brought to you by beef jerky. No, I'm just sorry.
So you guys do all right, to give you an idea where everyone at, we're gonna start near the top of the map. You have Kaeviir and Strahd near the door. Between
That's
the
the A team.
door between the door and where the opening goes with the bridge across, you have 3 of the criminal organization members that work for these 3 water ganassi. About midway down, you have the other Rayne, Rayne. Near the end of it on the far side on the bottom, you have Tempest. Then you have the Wagon, which has the group in it. Off to, if you're looking face down off to the right, you have 4 more members of the criminal organization off near the tents. And off to the left, you have 2 others. First one in initiative order is Strahd with the 23. The hell did I put his character? There it is. Okay. You begin to feel the air actually get colder. Almost, I mean, like, you can almost feel like the life of the force begins almost to drain in the area now.
And all of us can feel that?
Mm-hmm. He begins walking actually slowly He heads off to the first one of the group, the three that's near you guys. Grabs a hold of him, and with his hand just slices throat with his nails. Blood sprays out the side, hits part of the deck, shakes his hand off.
Cleanliness is next to Strahdliness.
Was this one of the like guards they had on the?
Mm-hmm.
And just drops dead.
Yeah, he literally I mean, he rolled an 18 plus 9 on his unarmed, so he was at a 27 on the strike.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm just thinking of the amount of
damage-wise,
damage.
he dealt 22 on the strike.
With an unarmed strike.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Part of its damage, the other part's necrotic. He looks back. We're gonna kill all of them. The blood will fill this land. The beasts of the field will eat their flesh, and the crows pick at what's left.
Who's saying this?
Strahd.
See, he
And-
doesn't hold a grudge.
Rayne's staying under the carriage,
Smart move.
and she readies actions. What she's readying is to throw knives at anyone who approaches from underneath.
It's like a fan of knives coming out from under.
Next in
Taking
line
people
would
out.
be Kaeviir.
No one's come up out of the water.
Not yet. But you notice that he's not reacting to the sunlight on your bow.
Okay. Well, I want to use some of my brain power, maybe like 5%, to keep an eye on him. The rest of it, I'm going to make a dialogue. I'm going to not approach, but I'm going to kind of stay where I am, and I'm going to look over my left shoulder to tell everyone that is on the dock to lay down, hands behind your head. This situation can get worse for you.
Give me a roll.
What am I? I'm just going to
Are
try
you
to
trying to persuade them?
Yeah. I'm not trying to intimidate them. It's true. This situation will get worse for them.
Oh, yeah. But you also remember he just said he was going to obliterate all of them.
I'm going to take lucky on this. Did I roll the same thing?
Oh no.
Unfucking believable.
Yep.
Okay.
You rolled the same thing.
12 total.
All right.
Yeah, well, we tried.
At the end of your turn, Strahd slides over. Wait, is your turn over?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Strahd slides over legendary action to one on the other side. That is another 18 with
Hold on. We got to give them a second to make a decision.
He slashes the throat. I said we're going to kill them all.
I'll remember this when we're done.
Do you want your ounce of blood from me or not?
Well, we hadn't locked in the exact amount we were going to need, but my question, all right, I guess this is too much dialogue. I'm just going to be like, it's interesting how you pay your debts. You're freed, and a moment's time isn't manageable for you. I'll remember that. I sure hope nothing happens to you in the future and you're going to need our assistance again, because I'll be hesitant to do anything to help.
And next is wait, 8, 17. Nate Rayne.
Nate Rayne. They call him Nate Train.
So what have my sister and my mirror self done now that Strahd is very meticulously making his way up the dock towards us, slicing throats and one-shotting people? Or do they even know?
The mirror you has looked over his shoulder and has realized he's beginning to mow down one by one by one.
Okay. And Tempest?
She's keeping her eyes on you guys right now.
Mm.
Mainly focused on the one who took the wizard hat off and revealed the age ring.
Ah.
Legend spoke of one before.
I look at Tempest and I kind of look her in the eye, and then I kind of look past her on her shoulder, and I'm like, seems like trouble's coming, sis. Might want to rethink this.
Oh. It's either we kill him or he kills us. You didn't taunt him in the coffin.
Oh, well, that's sort of a
And
mistake.
Strahd is not forgiving.
Hmm.
You get locked in your coffin and have someone usurp your land.
Sounds like you and the less handsome version of me over there needs to run.
I don't think they're gonna
Yeah.
make it.
You're gonna tell me you can escape a Dark Lord in his domain? If he doesn't want you to?
I'm still learning.
Can he cross this water without taking damage?
I think it's
That is a
running
good-
water.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
This is a lake, so
And also, he is Strahd, so that might mean that certain things like that don't apply to him.
okay. Well,
I have no beef with these versions of me and my family necessarily. I am not going to allow harm to come to Adri behind me or anyone else on the wagon for that matter. But if they're willing to haul ass and get out before Strahd comes slashing, I'm not going to get in their way.
Rachel for sure takes that attack of opportunity. Just saying.
Are
you saying that out loud, or?
I mean, I've already told them. I've already said, looks like you need to run, and I just kind of just take my left foot and I just kind of drag it back and I just kind of turn and sort of open a pathway for them to, just kind of like after you. Curious to see what they do, but if I'll put it to you this way: already Tempest Sky, if they try and pull any shit, if they leave and try and turn around and do something, that's not going to go well for them.
Just waiting for her to like steal our cart and take off.
Relena sets a bomb under it.
Yeah, rolls. Yeah. See it
Right.
speed off into the distance, and then a little donkey just goes about 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah,
as it explodes.
followed by a cloud.
You just hear it in the distance. Yeah.
Team Rocket blasting off again.
All right. All right. Is Rayne gonna do anything else? I don't want to pre-jump anyone. I felt like I jumped Kaeviir a little on the end of his turn last time.
No, I'm like I said, I'm willing to let them go just to get out of, to get out of here. I'm trying to take a page from my boss, and that maybe sometimes you don't necessarily need to brandish a weapon and stab someone with it in order to get
I'm
what
sorry.
you want.
I'm sorry, what? You're what?
You heard me. No, you didn't. You're at the other end of the bar. And I'll
Oh,
deny this.
I have exceptional
I'll
hearing.
deny it. I'll deny it every day of the week and twice on Sundays. But yeah, like I said, I've got my hand on the hilt of my sword. I'm just going to take a little bit of a step back away. I'm going to give them a pathway to get off the dock, get on land, and get the hell out of Dodge. If they try something stupid, I will defend. But otherwise, it's choice is yours.
So is that a ready action to attack if they approach you in an aggressive manner?
I would say that if they try and do something to me, or if they try and attack Adri as they walk past or as they leave the area, then yes, that will be a stabbing.
Okay. All right. Onto the left side of the map, about 20 feet off the deck at the shoreline, the water breaks. You see a were shark coming out of the water.
Son of a bitch.
And that's why you always aim at the water.
Now, did you keep your ready action at the end of your turn last turn?
Yeah. I
All
was
right,
just
take your
leaning
shot.
over my shoulder to talk.
All good.
Well, I want to wait for the shark to break the water.
Oh no, he's coming out. He's breaking the water. You see full hybrid coming out halfway
All right.
at the waist.
I'm gonna put the arrow straight down his throat. Who's he going at?
His bow is being raised up towards
His bow?
yes.
Came out of the water with a bow?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
Fucking Hawkeye.
Shooting little torpedoes underwater.
So
Before we do this, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my portent.
okay.
Because I don't think we did after the rest on the other day.
No.
A 7 and a 17.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, I always write these down. All right. To hit,
All right.
I'm going to not use that. God damn it. I'm not going to use that. I used one lucky already, right?
Yes, you
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna take the 17.
Okay.
That's 29.
That hits.
All right. We're gonna do 2d8 and 1d8 plus 9. Ready?
Mm-hmm. And this is magical coming off the bow, right?
Yep. This is
Okay.
13 initially.
Okay.
And then 14. So 13 and then 14.
27.
And it's radiant, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, arrow of light streaks across the water. You see the reflection go off, almost like it's piercing through the fog. Clips him in the shoulder as he comes up out of the water. You see the blood, clean through. Blood goes out the back. He roars and he turns back and sees you. He bonus action steady aim, pulls back. I'm sorry, it wasn't a bow, it was a crossbow he came up with.
I'm sorry, David. You said
Yes.
he bonus action steady aim,
Mm-hmm.
but he moved during this turn.
Oh, good call. Thank you.
Hey,
No, good call.
lawyer.
So, he hunter's marks him.
Okay. That's fair.
So he hunter marks Kaeviir. And that is a 21
21 what?
to hit you.
I thought he couldn't hit because he had moved. Oh, okay.
Hunter's mark.
Sure.
So he didn't do steady aim, he just hunter's marked.
Okay.
Are you gonna adjust that at all?
No.
Okay. D10 and a D6. And you did move before him, so the assassinate does not go off. And okay, so that is 14.
I'm going to uncanny dodge to half that.
Okay.
I take
And he
it,
takes a
Theo.
second shot.
And he's staying where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me know what the dice roll is.
Okay. That is an 18 on the dice roll plus, so that would put him at a 29 on his attack.
It's not a crit though, so it's
No.
fine.
All right. And Hunter Colossus kicks in, or Colossus Slayer kicks in.
So he's getting extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
Extra D8, right?
Yes, sir. Now Hunter's Mark only activates once, right, per turn, if I remember right.
I don't use Hunter's Mark.
Think so.
Let me verify quick.
Not really a ranger sort. Even if I have a bow, I'm going to play rogue.
I know.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I should have
Until the
this memory.
until the spell ends, you deal an extra d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So that is 18 plus 19 on the second hit.
You can't use what's it called? You only get one reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much was it?
19.
Sure.
Rayne? Why is there two of you? Just shut up and kill him. The wereshark just shrugs.
Is he still in the water?
He's half in the water.
Oh, like he's coming out of the water?
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, what kind of he's in hybrid form.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got human legs, humanoid
Yes.
legs. So he's probably not as adept in the water right now. Right?
No, he wouldn't be like full shark speed maneuverability.
Right. Would you say that he then loses his dex modifier for being in the water? You can't really jump to one side or
No,
the other.
I see what you're saying over there, but the 5e mechanics don't play flat-footed like the 3-5.
I was just curious.
No, I get it.
To see if I could get advantage on him if he's in the water.
Oh.
My thinking is if he's in the water, he doesn't really have anything to kick off of to move. And since he's gotten rid of his flipper, he doesn't really have a way to move with the same speed out of, you know what I mean? He's got human feet, which we all know gives you not the best.
No. I mean, I can understand where the water may slow his movements being half in it. I'm
just curious if he'd be able to react as quickly to get out of the way of something as he would be on land with feet. I honestly don't know how this lays. So I'm just gonna defer to your decision and let you catch whatever shit or whatever for your decision. I seriously don't know.
If you agree with D-Walk's decision, call 555-1135. If you disagree, let us know what you think.
No, because the ramification of this activates his sneak attack from the deck at a distance like that. It is the ramification of the answer to this. It isn't the advantage on the attack that the question's about. The question is, does he get to add his sneak attack damage?
That's exactly right. And also whether or not
now, if you don't move, you got to do the same thing.
Right. But I'm just curious if his innate positioning gives him disadvantage or if I have to modify my behavior in order to get the advantage. Do you see what I mean?
No, I hear you. But I mean, part of this goes almost back to the mechanics of being prone.
Right. So you're saying
and
he's immune to bow damage now that he's prone?
No, I'm not saying that, but
Okay.
I can't give you advantage when you're claiming that. I mean, being prone would give you a disadvantage to moving, but that also adds disadvantage to shooting a prone target.
If I'm close to him, but
Yeah.
I'm at distance, so it doesn't give disadvantage, right?
No.
Oh, I thought shooting
When
at a
you're
prone
prone,
gives you have you're
when you're prone if someone is within melee with you, they have advantage attacking you. If someone is
if
attacking you
range,
from range, then they have disadvantage attacking someone who is prone.
because the other side, I mean, he doesn't have to move left or right to dodge you. He just has to duck.
Duck
In a
where?
sense with
He's
the
in the
water.
water. Yeah.
So I'd be able to get more leeway to that if it wasn't for the prone rule that we argued about for
Okay.
half an episode in the first part of the game.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I
alright.
think that those rules need to be cleaned up. That's it.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean the other side is it plays on you too. If you
Right.
two get into a shooting match, you decide to lay down on the ground,
Yep.
it's gonna take,
Every archer in the world would lay down on the ground to shoot at people. It doesn't make sense to stand up if that's how the rules are written.
Yeah, but you're also not gonna be able to pull a bow laying on the ground.
I was
There
gonna
you go.
say
Put it
that's
on your
gonna be-
feet. Pull back on the
So-
string with your fingers.
Any attack
Alright.
you make when you're prone has disadvantage.
Well, you stand on one foot and then drop to the ground as you fire.
no,
We're creating a fighting style here.
I have a
Drop it
question.
like it's hot.
I have a question. My ready to
Yes.
action when this were shark and all of this takes place, do I have the ability now to proceed with a react? Well,
He's not within melee of you.
I know he's not within melee of
Okay.
me, but I don't have to be in melee for me to cause trouble. As a matter of fact, I relish the thought that I don't have to be in melee just yet.
Man, if anyone could just freeze this fucking water, that'd be great. And we just walk over and just cut them in half.
Well, I was going to go a little bit different than that.
You could just destroy the water under him and just falls to the bottom of the lake.
Well, no, but if you're standing in water, and I'm sure if you get hit by lightning, that's probably going to ruin your day a little bit. So here is what I want to do. As my first of two attacks, I want to cast Call Lightning. I'm sorry, no, Lightning Bolt, excuse me. Which costs 3 charges off of my off of Tempest Sky. Basically, I'm going to blast the shit out of him. He's got to make a dex saving throw in order to get out of it. Then, as a bonus action, I can use an additional charge in order to move to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of him after I do the cast. So I would like to go and teleport behind him immediately after
in the water.
That's a lot to do on a
just on a, so I don't get to take a full turn, is what you're telling me.
No, you get like one action.
Okay.
Yeah, normally it's
then
an action.
Then if that is if I'm not going to be able to take a full turn,
but also if you teleport it behind him, isn't that terrible for you?
Not necessarily. He's right on the shore, right?
But you're shocking the water, correct?
Not when I'm in it. I'm gonna zap him first and then go into the water.
Oh, okay.
It's
Sorry, I guess I'm used to Baldur's Gate where it says electrocuted.
No. The act of hitting him with lightning or with lightning bolt gives me the opportunity to teleport to a space 5 feet, basically adjacent to him. So the lightning has to go first. But Rachel, you can edit all that shit out. I
like the arguments.
I'll do it on my next turn when I have a full turn. Let's put it that way.
You can still shoot him with the lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, but then I won't be able to teleport to him.
How many charges do you have on your sword?
6, and it will, if I use lightning, it'll cost me 3, and then I need a fourth one in order to teleport, and I have to do the teleportation as a bonus action on the same turn.
How far away from the dock is he?
I don't know, maybe 30 feet. If I'm kind of judging this from where the wagon is versus where he popped up, maybe 40 feet. I don't know. You tell me, D-Walk.
He's 20 feet off you guys.
If you could jump to him.
Yeah, he's a lot closer.
Shoot him with 2 bolts of lightning and jump at that motherfucker. Jumping don't cost shit. Ain't cost no charges.
Yeah, that's true.
You could even throw your feet out in front of you like a fucking bicycle kick.
Right,
Just
but I mean, I
Liu Kang that
basically,
bitch.
but I just get an
Sickle.
action. I'm not going to be able to carry out a full turn, right?
No.
Okay. There was a benefit to me doing so because I could have done a second attack and then I would have had surprise and. Okay.
He's already acted. You don't have surprise.
Well, no. What I meant, basically, I would be able to get my sneak attack damage. Is what I meant, just because of.
Okay.
Shit.
I like that in our game, half of the game is negotiating a fucking weird thing that we're trying to do. It's almost like being in a courtroom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people are just making a case.
Mhm.
You know?
The
Okay.
other day
sorry.
in my D&D game, they were fighting an Arcanoloth and it cast a spell and the wizard goes counterspell and then I went counterspell and I'd never done that to them before. I counterspelled hits counterspell and everyone was like, you can't do that. And I was like, you can counterspell a counterspell as a reaction.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd. You
Yeah.
can't triple stamp a double stamp.
You could
And
busta.
their
Okay.
shock was just so good.
So
I
sorry, go
think that these types of interactions are the best part of this game. I literally could petition a DM all day about it. You could give me the situation and just be like, "Please make an argument." I'm like, "All right." That would be a good podcast, to be perfectly honest with you.
D-Walk, what's the weather like right now? No. There's a legitimate reason I'm asking this question. What's the weather like where we are?
It's
right
cold.
now?
Oh, we're
It's
so
foggy,
hard on
it's
our
cold.
DM.
You know,
But
it's foggy, it's cold. It's not stormy, it's not raining, but
Okay,
it's
that's what I needed to clarify because that would create some additional things. Okay. In that case, rather than use lightning bolt, I'm going to change direction. I am going to point Tempest Sky up in the air and sort of start to swirl it around in a small circle clockwise, creating this sort of cloud vortex to form above us. Basically, a storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that's got about a 60-foot radius. It's centered on a point I can see 100 feet directly above me. It's going to be centered directly on top of Mr. Wereshark. There's no one else near him, right? He's all by himself.
you got about 15 feet between him and the next group of criminal organizational
but they're not within
entrepreneurs.
5 feet, is what I'm
No,
saying.
sir.
Okay. Okay. In that case, so this will be my one reaction is to use Tempest Sky to use Call Lightning. A bolt of lightning is going to crash down and he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Which I'm trying to remember what my DC is.
Let me switch back to his character sheet because
I bet I can imagine what kind of roll he'll get.
Oh.
Yeah. I just have a sneaking suspicion. I got a number in my head.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Shit. I'm trying to remember how I calculated.
I'll see if this portends well for you.
Okay.
Right now he's coming out at a math
I don't need
work
to
in
know.
my head.
I don't need to know the save. I just need to know the roll.
6.
A 6?
Yeah, he rolled a 6.
Okay. Well, then I'll just let that ride.
Okay.
Portent is a really amazing skill for a lot of reasons. You have to tell me the roll before the modifier.
Oh
yeah?
shit, that's Rayne.
Yeah.
So now you've told me the roll. So now I know the modifier when you tell me the final roll.
And because Dex is one of his saves, so he's at a 14.
And what is the DC that he has to make from this? Because I don't think I've got that.
You have a spell save DC.
It'd be yours.
Where is that at?
It's 8 plus cast modifier plus what?
Yeah, you're
Proficiency.
yeah, so
Go under your
Um,
spells, and are you in D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
So you go to your spells, and then right under the list of
I don't
action
think he
spells,
has
inventory
spells.
features.
I don't have spells though. That's
What's
it.
your water ganase?
Oh.
For your
All I can do is shape, water, create, or destroy it. I don't have any other spells. So
okay,
that's
8 plus
wisdom.
cast.
Use your wisdom.
so use my wisdom.
Because
Okay.
call lightning is a druid spell. It'd be under wisdom or cleric.
Okay. So the spell save DC is 8 plus my wisdom, which is 0.
Plus proficiency.
Plus
Oh, it's-
proficiency bonus.
This is from the item.
Yeah,
Yes.
so is the caster
Okay.
level, right?
So when the item was created, there's like there should be like a set DC
Oh,
with it.
hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
shit.
wondering.
Give me
I
a
was like,
second, dude.
that would
Yeah,
make
'cause I don't
weapons
know.
really not good.
Okay, give
But
me a
I don't
second.
know how else to
Okay, give me a
calculate
second.
it.
I need to go through the history on what I sent you.
Just pro
Um,
tip though, whenever you're calculating spell save DC for your own cast, it's 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your casting modifier.
Yeah.
And if it's a stored item on, or like a spell storing or an innate ability, whoever cast it on the item is the one that would apply
DC's
the
15,
And he rolled a
14.
which means he
You hit him for
takes
full damage, dude.
3d10.
Himeka the boo boo.
Yeah, make it the boo boo. All right, so he'll take 3d10 lightning damage, which I will now roll.
Is that lightning bolt?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And then wait a minute. I get to do another thing here. No, that wasn't piercing damage, so I don't get to re-roll one of those. Fuck. Okay, so 19 points of lightning damage. And then on each of my turns until the spell ends, I can use my action to call down lightning again, targeting either the same point or a different one.
Technically, that counts as a target that he can see coming, right?
I mean,
Why do you have 3d10 as your lightning bolt damage?
Because that's what D-Walk told me was the damage on the weapon.
Oh. Oh, okay. So it's okay, right.
It's
Yeah.
tied to the special weapon. So
Okay.
um
I'm about to say
I mean-
lightning bolt hits way harder. Than I was like,
yeah, no, it's yeah. It just, I mean, there's going to be a storm cloud that pops up over his head. However much time between the time that happens and the time the lightning bolt comes down is how much time he has to figure out whether or not he's at the center of it or not.
not faster than the speed of light, but the reaction to knowing that a bolt is coming is where you make your pivot. So if he can see it coming, then he can react to it.
I mean, he's going to see a big swirling cloud. I mean, the lightning just, in my mind, you tell me, I don't know. Does the lightning like build within it and then discharge, or is it just like cloud and then zot?
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you with uncanny dodge. What's the other one? It's
Evasion, but it's not an area attack. It's a targeted attack.
Yeah, it hits
So-
a point, and then each creature within 5 feet of that point has to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm going to take the full hit.
Okay. I will mark off 3 charges. That leaves me with 3 charges, and that is all I am allowed to do until I get a full turn next round.
yeah, the exact wording is when you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw. So there it is.
Yeah.
So he could evasion.
Yeah, if he has the chance to do to dex save, then he has a chance to.
Right.
Um,
So if there's a spell and it gives you a dex save, then
Okay.
the implication is that it doesn't just move at the speed of light. The implication is it sparks and then
There's a lead up.
yeah, like the
That's fair
crackling of
enough,
thunder and
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
otherwise lightning would be the best element in this
Ye-
game.
Yeah.
All right. Let me do this next. Okay, so now Rayne's up. And he looks at you, Rayne. And he casts reverse gravity at 50 feet around you, shooting you, the wagon, everybody 100 feet up in the air.
Oh my God. I'm so glad I prepared Death Ward.
Well, that's some bullshit.
We don't get a save for that?
You can make it to grab the fixed object, but you guys are in a wagon,
I'm in the wagon, yeah.
so there's nothing really to hold on to. Rayne, you can try to grab dirt.
He could grab the dock.
So
Look. I believe in Umberly, so I don't believe in science. Therefore, I don't believe in gravity. Therefore, I will myself out of the ability because
You disbelieve the
I disbelieve.
gravity?
So
Yes.
Well, I got some bad news for you. You could disbelieve it as you're falling 10
100
d6
feet.
worth of fall damage.
So-
Well, no, 96.
Yeah, so Relina, Nick, Adri, Nate, and the wagon all go 100 feet up. Plus, since it's 50 feet, he caught half his own guys.
Well,
How sturdy is that? How sturdy is that walkway? Just out of curiosity. How about the water? I got some questions, D-Walk.
No, I hear you. All
If the
creatures and
water-
objects that aren't somehow anchored to the ground. So
What about the water?
water's going up too in that area.
Which means that the shark dude is about to get leveled.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
50
because
foot
the water
radius.
would
Yeah,
balance out, which means he's going to lose a little bit of distance, which I would imagine he would have to make some sort of. Boy, that's going to be awkward for him.
Well, wait a minute. So so everything within 50
Feet in a circle.
So it's
Hold on, I need to
50-foot
rethink
radius?
this. Yeah,
Yeah, Sharkman's
because that
going
would
up in
catch
the air
the
too.
sister and that'd catch everybody.
Yeah, because Sharkman was only 20 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a
Let me
story
rethink
all
this.
about how my friend got flipped turned upside down. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail.
All I'm saying is that when you get a bunch of SCA nerds drunk in an area, things apparently happen. All right.
What happens in 17th century Persia
Stays in
stays in
17th
17th century Persia.